Hey, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all of the other episodes, check the link in the description, stop by raprankings.com, or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform. And please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting to help us grow the channel and continue our journey as hip-hop's first and premier extreme podcast.
The following presentation is a counter-argument to the allegations of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Describe to me how the FBI retains any integrity, especially by constantly harassing fans of ICP, claiming the Juggalos are a hybrid gang loosely organized, a blatant way to say it ain't just the music y'all despise. Now what kind of treatment is that? Another attempt to make the Juggalos community lifeline go flat, as if we don't already have enough public disdain. You took the lyrics as literal and labeled them criminally insane, once again poisoning these Juggalos' name. So now I challenge you to kick back and look at all the results of your claim, and let me see if after this you'll be thinking the same. You got a teen stripped of the right to expose the personality, and you got a young man's musical escape constantly being monitored in reality. Plus you got a mother deprived of the custody of her one and only beloved daughter because you got a jury falling for the lies and dirty tactics provided by the father. In fact, you got a respected soldier being denied of the continuation of his long-lasting service, and you got to be kidding me to say it was the tattoo on his arm that made the military nervous. Yet as sad as that may be, it's just another sour taste of actuality. Seems to me the truth will always be hidden for certain. So since the FBI wants to play the Wizard of Oz, let me be the one who pulls the curtain. Why must music preferences judgment be so critical, with those who oppose the topics and bars getting analytical? A weird attempt to place false severity into entertainment. You'd rather display us to be judged and hated than us exposing your mistreatment as blatant. You try to advertise yourselves to be the ones with the statistics. However, let's see the results as I break it down to the specifics. You say that it's only 10% of the fans. It's only 1 in 10. You say that they're scattered everywhere, throwing sets with shady men, and yet you still say it causes the kids' mentality to face deterioration. And yet you got the nerve to say that some of them are even part of the Aryan Nation. So now I play the role of DA and give the Juggalos a proper representation. First of all, when was a national census asking if you were a Juggalo was taken? If there wasn't, I think your information is already poorly mistaken. And if gangsters listen to ICP, then that's just their musical preference. Because name me one gang that gives other neighborhoods men acceptance. And don't ever say that music destroys a child's purity, because the truth is it's all about the parents and the child's maturity. But I think it's strange to see the FBI not give their proclaimed gang isolation. Instead, you're giving us the GBA, guilty by association. But y'all really went as far to say we got connections in the Aryan Nation. To see y'all not even pay attention to proper evidence, now that is just a blatant drag, because did y'all even take the time out of y'all day to listen to the song Your Rebel Flag? The point of all this is not to retaliate full of hate, but to review your claims and demonstrate that we will not accept or partake in what it means to discriminate. So with it stated, realize I wish y'all the best intent, for in all honesty, I never meant to deliver no disrespect in this verse, no matter how many times I felt tempted to truly say worse. In fact, you can explore the whole song and you find I won't curse. No, because no matter how many times your treatment made me feel insanity, the one thing you'll never take away from me and the Juggalos is our humanity.
That's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back, ACC. With the Juggalo Manifesto in this motherfucker. Man.
Oh my God. Listen.
Man.
Okay. Making his return to rap the same day he was just fired from a job. The same day right. He was just hired at a new job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Juggalo's back.
It's he. It's HEC.
Crap again, folks.
I appreciate that. Thank y'all. So
those are moving words. Okay.
It's the HEC Juggalo style, because you are, if not a Juggalo adjacent. How do you identify?
I will proudly say that I am a Juggalo. For a good span of years, up until 2020, I went to every show that they had either in Houston or a Houston adjacent city. You know, okay. I have Juggalo friends.
So I need to know this. Have you gone to a gathering?
That is the only one thing I haven't done. That is like the one task that I was just like, oh, okay. And the year that I could have done it was the year that I knew I couldn't. Because, like, I don't know if I mentioned this before. 2020 was a very profitable year for the HEC because he was just basically doing security, and everybody needed security at that point. But it was like, I got all the money. It's like, I got all the money, but I can't spend it nowhere. So it's like, wow. Fuck. So by the time the next gathering came, it was already gone. Now there was a trip that like me and some other juggalos were gonna take. Shout out to the juggalo Rico Vargas. All right, shout out to you, my boy. All
Hey,
right.
where the gunshot at? Shout out to him. Best of love.
Him and his daughter, man. Him and his daughter, a fun family. Shout out to every juggalo that we've seen on Sicily. All right. Shout out to my sister, Monica. All right.
Hey.
She's a year younger than me. She's gone to these shows with me. I love the juggalo community, and I will always represent for the juggalo community. I didn't write that manifesto at the age of 17 to just, I sent it to one friend who was going to the Juggalo March, because the Juggalo March was one day before my birthday. The Juggalo March was September 16th. My birthday was September 17th. So I was hoping, this is just the naive child in me, was hoping, okay, I'm going to write this, I'm going to record this, and then I'm going to send this to some homies, and they're going to play this, and this is going to be like the Juggalo equivalent of Fight the Power. It's not. But it is. But I will say it's pretty decent.
I felt it. And I want to say, because I read coming into the episode that, the FBI tried to classify them as a gang and everything. Listen, I don't even have to be a juggalo to know that when I see things like that, the Dr. Phil goes off in my head.
Bullshit.
Okay, they ain't no gang. They're a community, all right? And they drink Faygo and they mind their business, all right?
Look, we had Steve on. We have the HEC. And look, all the juggalos are some of the nicest people,
you know,
the most accepting people, and everybody's got beef with the juggalos,
Let me tell you.
I don't get it, man. What's the hatred all about?
I don't know. I think it just comes to people just have their assumptions, and it also depends on how you come to look at them as a rap fan, because I was listening to all types of rap. But it was one of those things where if I tried freestyling at school, there was always like those gatekeeper kids where if you didn't come in there wearing J's or Supreme, they don't want to listen to what the fuck you're saying. So I'm here with some raggedy ass Faded Glory pants on and, some just cheap ass shoes.
Nah,
and
that's
then
real hip hop.
They're not letting you in the cypher. So I'm just like, fuck it. So the first people to ever let me into a cypher and just like a spin circle of just freestyling was the Juggalos outside of a show. So I'll always have love for the Juggalos.
Where's the drop? I'm real life getting emotional right
this
now.
This sounds, Mel, a lot like Steve's story of, a hip hop fan who's into all different kinds of, rap that's going on at the time, but kind of falls in with the Juggalos because of that community and that sense of family.
Finding acceptance in family and community. This is our second Juggalo representation of the night. And listen, another great guy with a great backstory. Okay.
Thank you.
And I think you're right, because like coming into this album, what I knew about, I had never assumed that they were like bad people, but I knew the rap they got because it's like, they're out there, they're clowns, they're weird. That's not, that's not cool. It scares the hoes. I was always like, listen, they wear clown makeup. I love clowns. There's got to be something about them that's cool, all right. So I was looking forward to this album. Glad to finally do it. I've learned a lot. There's still more to learn, but ICP, they're fine in my book. If you listen to a certain brand of rap, ICP might not be for you. But as I've discovered, they're not really all that out there musically. It's not so inaccessible.
Not really been anything we haven't heard at least once on this show stylistically before.
Right.
Well, keep in mind this is track number 4, right?
I think
track 5.
Track 5. Okay, yeah. So, Great Milenko, actually, my introduction in regards to trying to listen to their music. Now, what was funny was as a kid, I remember one of the kids owned the Backyard Wrestling video game.
Yeah.
And at the time, it was just one of the video games that I played all the time, and just true to form, me being a dark-skinned Mexican, I just took whoever was just like the darker character in that game. So I was playing as fucking New Jack. May he rest in peace. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so my introduction with them was through the video game, and then it was just like breaking off from them, and not really listened to them ever. But then it wasn't until like Halloween was coming up, and that Magnets meme and that one skit on SNL happened. And this is just when I started getting like access to YouTube and all that. So I was like, okay, well, let me see what they're all about. And then, I would just pick them up piece by piece. And listening to them and also listening to like Eminem when he just dropped We're the Ones Who Made You and shit. And just like as a kid at the time thinking, oh, wow, this is like provocative. And then as I got older, I was like, okay, this is kind of ridiculous. I could never have the same fall off love for Eminem that I did with ICP. ICP, I've always kept that love. You know, me and my sister listened to him back and forth because we listened to it with the intent that a lot of people who come into ICP are listening to any rap group like if it's going to be, just because y'all had them, talked about them last week, like if it's Run DMC, and it's just like, no, dude, not every rap duo is going to come as Run DMC. And just like y'all were mentioning, Run DMC is just known for being pioneers, but they're not really known for like their bars, you know? And when it comes to horrorcore, and I swear I better not get no gatekeepers giving me shit for this, it feels like when it comes to horrorcore, ICP is just more or less the Run DMC in that genre. You know, it's just like they're respected, but don't fucking come listening to
now,
like
what about
Big Pun.
this Isham fellow that we've heard about?
I'm glad you said it like that because I wanted to tell you I need you to correct that. It's Isham, all right? So
It's
Isham,
Isham.
yes. So I don't know I am no goddamn Dart Adams. There's no publications that I could track this down or give you very specifics, but from research that I've done, just from being bored and going to the University of Scaring the Hose, what's it called? So ICP credits the original incarnation of Ghetto Boys, not the incarnation that even had Scarface, but the one that had like Bushwick Bill as just like a background dancer. He credits that as the originators for horrorcore, specifically a song called Assassins, a song that they end up covering. Now, when the Ghetto Boys 89 album comes out, that's Ghetto Boys, that's Houston. My father's played that album for me. They come to Mind of a Lunatic is one of the like the big great songs that they're just like, okay, this is where horrorcore began. Now, at the same time, they kind of seem to line up that Isham was doing his thing at the same time, but Isham was dropping like tapes in high school. He had like a tape called Booming Words from Hell. And that's kind of where he started. And ICP loved Isham because Isham would just like start off tracks as call himself like the Black Devil and all that shit. But it was actually really good. Like I love Isham. There's times.
Does Isham even predate Gravediggers?
Isham was dropping these tapes around the same time Ghetto Boys was around like 89. So I'm pretty sure he predate. I'm pretty sure he goes over Gravediggers and all that. So that's why he's who they looked up to. And Isham's actually one of the like earliest producers on some of their albums. Now, granted, his production for like the first earlier albums was kind of just, I'm gonna snatch some Beastie Boys beats. Like if you listen to his rap group, I actually like his rap group more than I like him solo. And that's not hating on him. It's just that the other two members, there's a song on an album called Do You Believe in God where it's called Fuck the World. And the production on that track and the member's name was TNT. May he rest in peace. His lyrics on that song were just amazing. It's one of the best Fuck the World songs. There's a lot of Fuck the World songs in rap, but I truly think that TNT on Nodis's Do You Believe in God album is the best one. Isham, the inventor of Astrap, that's almost why I wanted to kick the shit out of you when you had said on that Eminem review that Eminem was the one who inspired that. I was like, no. All right, stop it.
Oh, well, hey, in a callback to your previous appearance, you probably heard Mool say that, and you were sitting there at home talking about
Stop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Well,
but yeah, let's get to the track.
Well, I'll say this. I'm glad you mentioned, because I've probably mentioned it a bunch of times tonight. Like, ICP was presented to me in terms of how their reputation, how they were spoken about as quintessential Scare the Hose music. Now, me, I have a high tolerance for that kind of stuff because, you know, I mean, like, the Hose got to stop being less scary, or we need to start giving credit to the Hose that are not easily scared, you know. But like, I'm like, all right, let me be the judge of this, because y'all niggas shit. What Pac saying? This nigga's scared. Okay, it's not the Hose. It's the people who are scared of looking uncool in front of the Hose. They're the real scared Hose. So I'm coming into this album like we're gonna find out about this ICP.
Look, juggalettes are a thing. All right, juggalettes are a thing.
They are
to the point where they have to the point where they have beauty pageants and shit at the gathering. So you can't say
that's money.
You can't say there's no Hose. All right.
Let me judge the juggalettes. Okay, that's what I want that to be my official role in the ICP community is judging the juggalettes.
I feel like your judgment if you are the Virgin Mel, that would be the best judgment, That would honestly be the best one.
I'm made for this.
He's completely unbiased.
You feel
Exactly.
me? I'm made for this.
He's not coming from experience, all right? He's
right.
starting at ground zero.
For sure. So I've been getting a great deal of.
One more thing before we start, Mel.
Okay.
Who are they're juggalos, but they can't publicly acknowledge it because they're is Taylor Swift a you know what I'm saying? Do you know of any high profile juggalos or juggalettes?
I don't know of any.
Well, there is fun little Easter eggs when it comes to Juggalo. If on the Sippin' on Some Scissor on that music video, I don't know if it's DJ Paul or Juicy J, but one of them's wearing a beanie that has the ICP logo from their 1999 album.
Okay,
on it.
I think DJ Paul is going to be at the gathering this year.
I think he actually has a tattoo of the Hatchet Man. I know Steve-O has a tattoo of the Hatchet Man. A bunch of wrestlers have the tattoo of the Hatchet Man. A lot of wrestlers show them respect, and a lot of old school rap acts show them respect because a lot of so I'm gonna mention this man, and then I'll finally mention the story associated with him. So R.A. the Rugged Man on a interview, I forgot who he did it for, talked about that why through time a lot of fans or a lot of people just gave not necessarily full praise, but at least respect to the Juggalos, is that at their gathering, if they want to do an old school night, they'll fucking bring old school 80s members. They even talked about how one time they had the Fat Boys to perform just because it was old school night. So there really are marks for two things: wrestling and old school rap. All right, and that's why they have that big ass Juggalo Mania at the same time at the gathering, because that's the two things they're marked for. So like RA said, they don't let acts that they loved coming up fall off. They'll actually offer them a gig. So there's a lot of old school rappers who will give them their praise, but it comes with who's actually okay with saying, hey, look, I'm okay with these people. It's not that big of a deal. All right.
I'm reading right now, Coolio, rest in peace, Chuck D. It's apparently a Juggalo. Eric Andre is a Juggalo. Vanilla Ice, Murs. Okay.
Murs.
Yeah. Charlie Sheen, Colt Cabana. Okay.
It's a mixed list. It's a really mixed list.
Because it's a welcoming community to all types of people.
We got to get out
surprised.
there at some point. Moles, Mel, and Jesse hit the gathering.
The gathering?
No,
I'm down to go
you better throw me. You better throw me in there, sir.
Oh, we got to bring the HEC.
Oh, we need a Juggalo show,
a guy. Like a guy.
What do you call him? A chaperone, right?
If I'm not mistaken, I think sometimes they do it in Illinois because they just do it where they have a big ass field. So I think Mel, you would actually be the closest one
this year.
Okay, so we'll all have to, maybe not this year, but next year.
Fuck it, we'll make it a Patreon out at some point.
We'll do a documentary and then we'll make it a Patreon exclusive. God damn it, because if we had to pay, so will y'all.
Man, I'm down one day to go to the gathering.
We gotta make this thing happen, man.
You know what's my favorite thing of the gathering, and this is just so ridiculous. They have just set up rings there, and you could just go in and you already signed a fucking waiver to be part of the damn thing. So they just have empty rings where fans could just go in and just fucking have at it.
This sounds like heaven. Or what do they call it? Shangri-La? This is Shangri-La.
This is it.
This is what this is.
So you're telling me they got wrestling, they got sideshow acts, you can get in the ring yourself, they got all the food, we got the music, which, I don't need to be there for all of that,
Listen, they got empty rings to just do matches in. This sounds like heaven. Okay, that's crazy.
Look, Moles and Mel, 3 Stages of Hell, Patreon exclusive.
Yeah,
I can't believe
we gotta have Jesse be the ref for that. All right, we gotta have
1, 2, 3.
The third member.
Is that 1? Okay, you better get up. 2. Okay, one more number and you're gonna lose. All right. Okay,
Ain't
3.
No win.
Ain't no win. You gotta get out of the ring.
Ain't no win. I would imagine, knowing Jesse, all right, and the many times that y'all joked about him taking over the show, it's gonna be like The Rock when he was the special guest referee for the British Bulldog. 1, 2. It doesn't matter if The Rock says 3.
For sure.
But we gotta get to this track.
Yeah, right. We're here to review track 5, How Many Times, produced by Mike E. Clark. Okay, and HEC is the guest, so if he wants to give us a rating first, he can, or he could thrust it on us, whatever he wants to do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of those songs, as I talked about in the Big Pun review, where you just got to be in a mood to hear it, and depending on what mood you are, it depends. But because I like the song, but I really can't say it's not going to be in my... I have to be in a specific type of mood to really fucks with it, you know? So for me, it is a 7-.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes, this time I will be giving what I've nicknamed the Mel Safety Shield 7, all right?
Mel 7- from HEC. Hey.
I know.
Well, you know what, HEC? Mel and HEC connect. 7-.
Wow, they both think Quali has the best verse on Respiration, and now they finally consummate the relationship. We're all pleased by this development, but somebody has to come in and think about the truth of their argument, okay?
Come on. How many times will mules be the enemy? How many times? Okay.
Look. Early on, those first 3 tracks, they got me. They lost me with Piggy Pie. This is a little bit better than Piggy Pie, but we're not back all the way yet. 6+.
Oh, man. That hurts.
Now, I want to say, I like the beat. The beat itself, could have been on a Cypress Hill album, and it could have been on ATLiens maybe. It's got atmosphere to it. I like the music.
It is a great beat. It is a great beat to where I've took it a loop and just would listen to the loop of just that beat because it's such a great mesmerized beat. Mikey Clark, I think, because of the fact that he just primarily works with ICP, doesn't really get enough credit for some of the shit that he produces. But my man tries his heart and soul, and it's sometimes it's kind of funny because it's that one student who went all out for a class that he's already passing, and it's just you could have given us the bare minimum and you would have been fine. But
yeah,
I appreciate
the fact on this album for the most part, even when they're not for me, feel a little more I don't know beats than I expected them to sound like. I know that sounds ridiculous. Of course, they rap on beats, but
let me tell you why.
I was expecting this Cool Keith album we just did on Rap Express.
Okay, see, I could understand. That's actually a great comparison. Okay, you were expecting just some wacky shit. You weren't expecting beats that anybody else could rap on. Because I've put How Many Times in a freestyle session with some friends, just that instrumental, because it's just that good of a beat, So it's one of those things where I get what you're trying to say. You thought you were just gonna hear some you thought you were probably gonna hear the beat from The Dating Game, the whole album,
Right, the whole album. Yeah.
But it wasn't.
It wasn't. It was not, and I mean, I didn't myself expect such elaborate and detailed and rich production, I like this beat too. There's a specific element though, and it's the same reason I like track 2, the Great Milenko. There's this pace and rhythm. It's this trudging. It's how many times? Whenever I hear that type of beat, I feel like I'm back with because on track 2 I'm Great Milenko. I'm stomping around with my crew of weirdos through Peoria. I'm back with the crew of weirdos. We're stomping to the beat again because it's one of them kinds of beats. Melody wise, it's whatever, but this rhythm and pace is so money to me, and the way the hook sits on it. And I'll just tell you, it comes down, not every song, even as emo Mel, not every song that's just about the
being
the
fed
nonsense
up with the
and
monotony of life.
Right. Not every song like that is gonna work, but this worked. They hit the spot I needed them to hit. With the chorus, I mean, I ask this question daily, maybe even hourly. How many times will I cry? Okay. And I'll tell you this, I
know you were crying when I had to show you that tweet of unfortunate news. That's Zendaya.
Oh man, listen, bro. What is she doing? I'm not going to hijack the ICP review to talk about my disgust with the roles that Zendaya has selected and the boyfriends that Zendaya has selected. But seeing them two crackers kiss on her neck like that really hurt me in a place. Okay, all right.
It's a reverse Oreo. It's what it is. It's that, you know what it is? It's that graham cracker and peanut butter in the center little sandwich that you get like for free at every like retail office.
I was disgusted. Just the framing of it too. Just the way she was just freely offering her neck. They not even cute white boys neither. They ain't Ryan Gosling. Them boys is weak. They weak. I don't get it. At least Tom.
I have a counterpoint.
Okay.
It's a movie. It's fucking fake.
But
it's not
like,
real.
One-on-one is what we're used to. Like a romantic movie where it's one guy. Bro, she was getting a fucking train ran on her, dog. Like it's.
Well, this is a new movie. This is a different movie.
I don't like these new movies. That's what I've been telling them about. Ain't no movies because they run in train. Oh, my heart. I fell down to my knees when I'm okay. When I saw that. I don't want to think about it. It's just
now. Tell me, do I have the satisfaction of being the person to break that news to you, or did you find that out on your own?
You were the first person.
Yes,
you were.
That's what I love.
You were. Thank you for keeping me abreast of these crimes. Okay,
it's like that George Bush meme for the 9/11 attacks. I had to just snoop in.
Like, Mel was reading one of his children's media books at the time, and HEC walked in, leaned in, and is like,
"Sir, second white boy is dicking down today."
Oh man, I laugh now. I'm gonna cry later. Okay, how many times?
How many times?
How many times?
Yeah, the beat is not my issue here. I like the beat, but my issue is like, I'm not listening to ICP, two guys in clown makeup, to hear them do like a third-rate Cypress Hill song. I would just listen to Cypress Hill. I don't want to hear this. Like, when I listen to ICP, I've decided, just based on this album, the more they lean into the clown lifestyle, the more I feel like they provide a unique offering that I'm not getting from anybody else. When they're in this lane, I'm not as into it, you know?
Well, just because of the sentimental value, that's why I had just said this one. Because when you told me you had a guest, another guest on, which shout out to them, by the way. When you told me you had another guest on, I swear to God, I thought they were going to pick Hall of Illusions, because that's like the big one that everybody talks about, because that's the one where they stayed to the theme. You know, it had a great concept that goes with the clown theme. That's like the one that everybody talks about. So I was surprised that one actually is going to go without a guest spot, but I am curious to see what y'all think about that one when the time comes.
Okay. Huh.
Because that one, they do stick with the clown mantra and the clown theme.
Yeah, I mean, what I do appreciate about the album, whether it works for me or not, is they do lean into the wackiness of the world that they created. And, I've said it all night, like I'm a big lore guy. So they, even if musically they don't end up connecting with me when I hear if I hear other albums, like I'll always respect them for building the community that they've built and keeping it going, sustaining it, and just not being afraid to flesh out a lore. Mools like asked our previous guests, like, are they the Bray Wyatts of like hip hop? The way they just come up with these things and keep them going. Perhaps they are. I mean, this song though is not even about. It's just about the everyday minutia that can send a person over the edge if they just take too much of. I've been really thinking about. And it's funny because I've never actually seen the movie. It's like Falling Down with Michael Douglas. This whole song is falling down. Like, and I'll tell you what, it's only a 7- because like, I feel like if me, I'm R&B male and shit. If there was more melody to it, I'd knock the minus off, maybe even add a plus. But like the drum pattern, the rhythm, I'm down with it. And the content itself, I'll tell you right now, verse 3, perfect verse alert. Yes, I just gave ICP a perfect verse alert. The one about the stealing my car stereo. Yes, better than half. Nas ain't never rapped.
Hold on.
Nas ain't never rapped.
I'm the juggler here, and I even say, hold on now.
Bro,
it's funny you mentioned perfect verse alert. That's like the worst verse on the song to me.
No, the car stereo one.
Yeah, and it's like it sounds like a verse written from like your perspective of your average like Fox News viewer in the modern era.
Nah, because here's the thing. This is for the everyman, not the bougie gated community. Like I hate minorities, people.
I don't know if I told this story, but my car got stolen the day before my birthday.
Oh man,
I got it back, but it was so funny because like the reason they got caught is because I was supposed to get the tire repaired, but I was just gonna wait till after the birthday to get the tire repaired. So the way they got caught is they tried to take my car and break into the gate of another apartment to steal another car because the air on the tire was so flat. So I ended up getting my car back.
Look,
and they ended up getting charged.
Laziness pays off.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. You feel like a bitch, don't you?
Yeah, right? Exactly. That's what he's rapping about in here, right? You feel like
Look,
I love that line.
This is like Mr. Mista. I don't want to hear about his complaints about his getting his car broken into.
Listen, as a man who had his Moores feels the need to make sure I
get your car broken into.
I didn't get it because I left it unlocked, right? But I got it vandalized. Okay?
No, that's not what happened.
I was burglarized.
No, someone trespassed into your vehicle.
The same thing, okay? I felt infiltrated and
Who the fuck leaves their car unlocked?
And what's the point? Listen, it didn't mean to do it. I don't do it for fun. It was an accident, okay? Where's my man from the Fresh Prince, okay? You act like Mel just
hit the drop, Mel. You're going on to create your own clown identity. All right, listen, you're the real clown here. Not locking your car and then complaining. I relate to the third verse. Perfect verse. So much this clown was speaking the truth.
Listen, okay, first, the car was unlocked.
It just happened!
I usually lock it, but fine.
You may not know it, but you're taking some major steps toward developing your own clown identity.
That was what God said when he did a freeze frame as I was walking back in the house before I got robbed. You may not know it. Yeah.
I can't let my man Mel go out like this. Y'all want to be here's some details that I'm hiding that I'm just going to tell you because the relationship's over anyways. It was a push start car, and I left the key in the jacket because it was the day before my birthday, so I was promised birthday sex, and I was too busy fucking around that my push start car got stolen. I'm not the virgin HEC, but I left a key in a push start car, and it got stolen from me, okay?
But then
no amount of
Poontang
can excuse stupidity. Call me lacking.
Man, I appreciate the honesty. I really do.
Oh, look, to me, my favorite line in this song, as somebody who has always been just dog shit in his science classes, my favorite line is, can I walk into McDonald's, into the counter, and tell them you can make limestone from gunpowder? Or they give me a cheeseburger if I know that shit. Fuck no, fuck you, it's fucking. Oh, I love that shit.
That's also why we love McDonald's, and he's right. Okay, I talk all the time about the things that they should replace in the curriculum that never get used in your adult life. Like, I was thinking about math analysis the other day, aka pre-calculus. I don't have to put no. I don't even own a graphing calculator. I've never seen a hyperbola, and maybe the golden arches. But they don't ask me to figure out the point of origin and the slope and whatever. We're not using that stuff in our daily life. Teach me how to not be impoverished, okay? Teach me how to file taxes. This is not useful to me. So it's like, will that put food on my plate? No. Can I walk in McDonald's and go to the counter and tell them this freaking tidbit I learned in chemistry class? No, they're not going to give me no cheeseburger, okay? No. This is a perfect verse. All right.
Now,
speaking of food, really quick, I want to ask, because I've asked the previous guest. So this Faygo, okay, this Faygo stuff. I drank a lot of Faygo leading up to this review because I wanted to get in the mindset of a juggalo as much as possible. I've decided cotton candy is my favorite flavor. It's just my take. The soda overall, okay, not too syrupy for my taste. You got to cut it with some ice. Mel? What's that?
I thought that I had recommended you champagne to try, not realizing we didn't have no Faygo in New York. We had this thing called Top Pop.
Top Pop. Okay.
I was going to say, Faygo champagne.
That's the New York Faygo. Look up Top Pop.
So we get...
Let me see.
So back
this
when
is hard
we
to
were-
look up because they keep converting it to Top Pop champagne because people don't know how to open it. Okay, Pop Top. Maybe flavor.
No, Pop Tops. Just look up Pop Top soda or Top Pop.
Okay.
Was it Top Pop?
Pop.
Top Pop.
Why would they call it?
While he looks that up,
soda.
let me answer your question. Okay, so Faygo is here in Texas, but what you would pay for a Faygo of the same ounce size, you'd maybe pay like for 50 cents more. You can get like a Coke or a Sprite because it's not a product that's like down here. So I've had my good fair share of flavors.
What do they
so
do?
far-
They like ship it for juggalos? Like they know there's a couple juggalos
No,
out
there's
there
just
who are
like-
going to want it?
There's like, so Fiesta was always like the plug for Faygo. If you're in Houston and you're looking for Faygo, Fiesta is the plug. Some Valeros have it, some don't. You know, they got it around where like the cheap sodas are, but it's a little bit above that. So it is one of those things where, don't, like, when you tell me you had that for a week straight, my boy, go to the doctor, man. You don't have blood in your system anymore. You got corn syrup.
No, you just reminded me, bro. Because here's the thing. Where's the picture at? I couldn't believe I turned the bottle over and I almost tried to regurgitate because here's the exact stat because I got it wrong when the previous guest was on. Okay. 136% of your daily value of sugar, 68 grams of sugar. I hit the signal chat. Okay. After I drank it and I hit up Styles, friend of the show. And I told him about this soda and this is what I said.
Well, my nigga BLB saying that rant. I'm going to take this bottle into the Food and Drug Administration headquarters and throw the shit at the first person I see and say, y'all don't give a fuck about nothing!
Okay? Where's the actual drop?
You don't give a fuck about nothing.
They clearly don't, putting this on the shelves. I mean, this is crazy. It's just, sir, I couldn't even taste the water and like the carbonated. I'm just like, this is just, it's like they put sugar in a skillet and just and
I've
put it
had
in a
two
bottle.
flavors of this Faygo because there's a Detroit pizza place out here. I've had the Red Pop, which is
Decent.
the famous
Most
one.
overrated one, in my opinion.
I prefer Big Red, but it's good.
I guess it's like a red Fanta.
Basically.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, there's Red Pop and there's like Red Rye, right?
This
It's
ain't
like
Red Rye. This is Red Pop.
Or
It's
Rock
very
and Rye,
sweet.
sorry.
It's very sweet, and I've had the grape also. They have them both in glass bottles. They don't have them in.
Oh, okay. I never had them in glass. I've always had them in the bottle.
Yeah,
Glass sounds good though.
just
That might
in
be
glass
good.
bottles. You got to pop the tops.
Well, it's not
They're just
beer.
too
It's not like
sweet
it's
for
going
me,
to
you know?
differentiate it.
You got to cut it with some ice, I think.
You have to, because it's just way too thick. It's too viscous. But I do have a favorite flavor. It's cotton candy. I've had quite a few of those actually.
Oh, okay. The cotton candy.
You got to
man.
stick some insulin in yourself after that shit.
No, for sure, it's crazy. I felt my body dying as I was ingesting it. It's just like
Dude.
I knew I shouldn't be drinking it. And
There
the
was
way they
one-
talk about it, though, like it's a constant theme. It's like there's no way they're drinking this like they
No.
say they are, because
No.
they would be dead by now. We wouldn't
Look,
be
they
on like the 27th gathering or whatever it is.
There's a
Okay.
reason they spray you with the Diet Faygo at the concert, okay? All right, they're trying to keep their audience. They're not trying to kill them. All right,
We found out about the Diet Faygo, actually.
Yeah, the previous guest told us part of the reason they do that is because the
Not to
sugar was
stick in the
like
clothing.
corroding their equipment or something. Like it was ruining. It was just, oh man, you're just ruining it. You know, it was so they had to go with the diet. But hey, let's throw that in too. They don't want to kill their fans. Okay.
they don't want to kill their fans. All right, they will hit you in the face with a bottle. Shout out to myself, Shaggy Two Dope, and one of the concerts just fucking threw a bottle that he just barely opened, and that bitch got me right in the face. But I caught that hoe before it fell to the ground, and I shook that shit like it was a trophy, and then just threw it up in the air.
Amazing. Oh, you got it.
We didn't call for no lawsuits. It was beautiful.
Was it the diet root?
It was the diet root beer. The diet root beer is
There
the one
we
like
go.
that.
There
That's
we
the one that
go.
they've been consistently using to the point where I'm like, is nobody buying this shit? Because I've taken it home and I'm like, damn, this shit is terrible.
Yeah,
But
you know,
I forgot to say, I'm a resident of Houston. I've seen cups of that syrup, and then I've seen a cup of grape soda from Faygo, and the one in Fago had the thicker consistency. All right.
Jesus, I'm not
to the point
shocked.
where I'm just like, all right, maybe this is one thing that we'll just put down, you know? It's like when you hear like rap songs talking about malt liquor and drinking it all the time. It's like, you're not really drinking this shit all the time. Like,
There's
Cube,
no way.
I know you're not fucking down insane ides all the goddamn time. Like, hell no. If you did this as a diet, this will kill you.
You feel me?
Y'all would not live to where y'all seeing now. All right. But
the real thing that the rappers, I think, consume, you'll know they really do it because it'll continuously be talked about throughout generations. I don't think they were really drinking Hypnotic because they stopped talking about it. Hypnotic didn't go anywhere. It's still around. Occasionally I think about buying it because I like the color. But
sorry.
No, I'm just that was my
yeah,
only
no.
point.
I
It's
understand.
just like, yeah. Like
my question to the G Unit soldier, real quick.
Yeah.
Were you? So this is the best equivalent I could think of. How many cases of that was it? Sobe Life Water or was it vitamin water?
No, it was vitamin water, Formula 50.
How much of that shit did you buy?
A lot of it. I mean, you know, the thing about the vitamin water Formula 50 was that I had broke my ankle that summer.
Oh shit!
And I was, you know, like, I credit the fact that I can walk today without a limp and I got my swagger back in my walk to the Formula 50. You know, I think if 50 had Formula 50 when he had gotten shot, you know, he would have recovered even quicker. You know, so
this man is talking
I'm gonna need that Brendan Fraser
properties now.
I'm gonna need that Brendan
really
Fraser drop that we hit earlier.
I haven't had Formula 50 in years because they don't produce it anymore. And I noticed my health started declining when they stopped selling it.
Come on. All right.
So it's the opposite theory of like the cheap sodas in the hood are meant to like poison the kids. In your case, you're thinking they took off the
ain't no poison.
50.
Ain't no poison.
No, that's what I'm saying. In your case, you think they took off the 50 to stop the healing? You know?
Yeah. I think they were noticing what it was doing. Would have bankrupted
Right.
the entire medical community.
They tried to distract you with goddamn Dr. Sebi, but no, it was 50 cents fucking vitamin water. That was the real cure.
I mean, it was a good flavor. I mean, now I shouldn't say stuck with because I like them, but you got to give me one of them power.
You gotta love that light grape, that refreshing light grape taste. You know,
it was a good taste. It really was. Okay.
Now,
I wish they'd bring it back.
Okay, my apologies.
But,
okay.
The pizza man's back, Mel.
Man. Oh, folks, Mools just put a DJ Quick tweet into the Zencaster chat here. At Patix, Patxi's pizza is 3 fire emojis. Okay. And they wrote his name on the box, David. Okay. He got a deep dish, it appears. Okay. He says it's good. All right. He gave us that Blaze pizza review, and now we got maybe it's Patty's. Patty's? I don't know. Established 2004. Check it out, folks. DJ Quick approved. But yeah.
We're doing a lot of food endorsements here all of a sudden.
Listen, we're trying to get paid. Somebody's got to pay us, please.
PATXI. What is it? PAT. He put the website. He didn't get the website right.
Well, you know, he's an older man. You know, he ain't got time to be checking, you know, that stuff. But yeah, as you were saying, HGC.
My apologies, yeah, because I just wanted to. Because I was told I got a brief window, so I'm trying to like cram everything that I can.
Oh, for sure.
So my question is, how did y'all listen to this song, and did y'all get the skit that comes at the end of the song, or did it not include the skit in what y'all?
I got the skit, and it's a funny skit. And, you know, there's been a lot of, like, you know, fake gangsters and, like, they're really suburban and, like, but this was funny. It was just genuinely amusing. Okay? Like, I've met similar people, you know, in my life. I'm not a gangbanger, obviously. I'm a podcaster. Okay? But, like, this was funny. It got their point across about, you know, like, fake hood niggas, like, so I was amused by that. I was.
We ask all the time, please tack the skits on to the end of songs.
To the end of the song, yeah, because that's what I was trying to see.
They did do that. They did.
I really thought the skit was gonna like help Mel. I thought Moles was gonna push the skit, and then maybe that would take us to a 7 minus. I was hoping.
He ain't me.
I know, but I was hoping.
He don't respect skits, but I'll tell
I
you.
I kind of figured you were gonna go with the 6. That's why I was nervous. I'm like, shit. I feel like he's gonna go with the 6, and I feel like Mel has the more goofier side to carry this ICP album. But then again, I could be wrong because I thought Moles was gonna carry the Fix, and then it was Melvin who bumped it to the Silver Club. So I think
I just
Silver's
dropped my
winning
Bluetooth earbuds on the floor. Well, you got to find out. Well, if the listeners listening, they've been listening, so they've been finding out. But HEC, you'll find out this Wednesday. But I'll tell you this: it's a 7 minus, and I do believe for now because I've already actually added it to like my Mad as Hell and not going to take it anymore playlist, and I want to see what happens if I live more life with this song. There could be something. We might have
disconnect.
Oh wait, did we lose the HEC?
No
Is
way.
he gone? Oh no, the Fago killed him.
He's here, looks like, but he's grayed out.
Oh no. I mean, we could do one of them eulogies for him.
We can't do no eulogio.
That's what they do in the business. They write them ahead of time, right? So they don't have to. The HEC was a great man who experienced great injustices.
He hasn't even dropped from the thing
Can you
yet.
hear me?
He's still here.
Them submarine people. Chances are they're not coming back. So you got to, do the prep. He was a juggalo.
No, he's gone.
Now, see what I tell you? Okay, he was a juggalo, and we love him. And he'll be back because we got a line to Beyond the Grave. Okay, we bring in afterlife guests all the time. So. Folks, the HEC, everybody. We hardly do them, even though we do them for many seasons. But,
no, he's gonna come back, right?
I hope. We need his audio.
We are out.
Oh man.
Oh god, this is not good.
Yeah, folks, I really do hope he comes back.
All right, so
I'm not gonna close it out though.
What should we do?
I don't know.
We've never been in this position where a guest has dropped out.
Hold on, I got a DM. Internet went down on my end.
Oh no, wait. Well, here's the thing.
Not gonna close it out though.
Yeah, he shouldn't close it out. And hopefully this isn't like, oh wait,
okay, I'm back. I didn't cut myself off. I knew I had to focus.
He's back.
I had to come back.
The power of hip hop, the power of the Juggalos brought him back. See, I told HEC, you had died, and Wolves. Oh man, he didn't want to believe it. He didn't want to believe that our great friend the HEC was gone, but I stayed strong. I said, listen, he's gone, but people can come back. Okay, and that's what you did.
What? You know what I'm gonna blame?
What's that?
I'm gonna blame the fact that I listened to this new Rap Rankings Run DMC episode, and god damn it, Moles, you had the audacity to say Moto still. What did I tell y'all? The fuck did I tell y'all?
I told him not to say it. Okay.
You see what you've done? Now we're back.
Talking about
Sorry
some
about
Moto. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, ain't no Moto.
I think that might be a sign to just hurry. So can I finally just tell y'all the R.A. the Rugged Man story since I've teased it on the show twice?
For sure.
All right. So back in 2017, R.A. the Rugged Man had joined the concert. And so me and my sister loved the community, loved the Juggalo. Sometimes we got sprayed with fucking Fago before the goddamn concert even started because that's how awesome the fans were on the outside of the Warehouse Live, which is where they do their concerts most of the time in Houston. So I'm looking at the lineup, and R.A. the Rugged Man was like, one of the co-headliner to this thing. And at the time, this is when I'm just getting into just hip hop in general. So I'm not going to lie and be like, oh, I knew who that was. I had no fucking idea who that was. So I was like, okay, all right, the Rugged Man. All right, let me see what he's got. So I'm trying to just quickly listen to some songs. And then I was just like, oh, okay, cool. It is what it is. I'm trying to listen. My sister's out chatting with some of the Juggalo friends that we know. And then we come back. So concert starts, the way how the order goes, R.A. the Rugged Man goes first, ICP then goes, and the concert's over in that. Now, I had some money on me, but I had already bought just a shirt, because what I would do is I'd come to the concert wearing the shirt of the last tour that they did, because at this time they were doing tours like yearly, and then I would leave the show wearing the shirt of that current tour. But
right,
so saved up some money, and at the time, this is when I was working at like fucking Sonic, or I don't know if I was still working at Sonic or if I was starting at Kroger. Point is, not any sufficient money to be like dropping big stacks, So I don't know. He had a table, and he had like albums set up. R.A. the Rugged Man. He was just standing there. Now, do I personally feel like I myself would have booked a R.A. the Rugged Man in the ICP concert? Probably not, because look, the crowd did try to stick with them, but look, if you're coming at us with like hardcore lyrics, I don't think some juggalos might really fuck with hardcore lyrics. The other juggalos might not really not. There was a metal band that played beforehand. They were fucking with that. They were mosh pitting with that. And then R.A. the Rugged Man requested something that I don't even think anyone could really pull off. This man said he wanted a mosh pit to him just like spitting rhymes, which is like, I don't think you know how a mosh pit works, my boo. I wasn't trying to be a dick, but I felt like that meme. I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
Yeah.
Anyways, so this is my R.A. the Rugged Man interaction story. It goes like this. I only had like a good $25, and I knew after the concert I wanted to get myself something to eat. And so my sister, wanted to get herself some merch too. So we go to the table, and he's standing there. He's genuinely standing there. So I think he was kind of bummed that the crowd wasn't, like giving him his all. But again, I think that was just maybe just a booking decision. Now, he's had other shows in Houston that he says have gone great, which is good. All right. Now,
he's back in the Gathering this year, actually.
Yeah. So he's got a good relationship with ICP and them, and I think like he has a good respect for the fans. But I think at the time, a lot of people, maybe his reaction in New York was probably a lot better than here in Houston, because again, I had to Google search this man and try to listen to his shit on the way to his thing. So he would just break down in rhymes, and it was pretty cool. I liked it. As somebody who was like a fan of lyricism and all that shit, I liked it. I liked R.A. the Rugged Man. All right. So anyways, we're at the table, and we're looking, and I'm just picking it up, and just this ominous fucking force hovers over me as I'm holding this album. And it's just like, oh, this is a really good album. I was like, oh, and I look up, I was like, oh, okay, it's probably like a fan of something. I look up, it's R.A. the Rugged Man himself. And this guy, I'm 6'1" now, but at the time, I think I was a good 5'9". R.A. the Rugged Man is like fucking Charles Barkley's height. I think he's like 6'5" or some shit.
Oh my God.
He's a fucking tall dude. But anyways, so my sister's all like looking, and I was looking at the album because I had heard 2 of the songs on the way to literally inside the building. But I was just like, oh man, it's a good show. It's really cool, He started, like, one of the lines in his freestyles is, I'm cannabis before he met Wyclef. So I just brought up, I was like, oh man, I thought that was a clever bar and that. And then, like, I'm looking at this album, and I don't know if he wanted 20 or 25 for it. But again, I only had $25. That I know for sure I only had $25. Anyways, he's looking at me. He's like, oh, so are you going to get it? And I was just like, and I was like, this is weird. I've never had to tell a guy I'm not going to buy this. And look, I'm from Houston. I've dealt with like plenty of fucking panhandlers before, but I never thought, man, I just saw you perform on stage. But the way how he was like breaking down to me, he's like, I was like, oh, well, I don't have much right now. I think I'm going to just wait, and then I'm going to cop it online. I'm going to just buy it online and then just get it shipped to my house, because I buy stuff online, trying to like nicely skirt away. And I feel like you kind of figured I wasn't going to buy the fucking album. And so he breaks down the percentages that the label takes, how much the label takes, how much that the artist gets down. And at this point, in the back of my head, I'm really thinking like, fuck, man, R.A., do you need to... In my head, I'm thinking, man, do we need to just go to the Domino's that's across the street, and do I need to buy you like a pizza or something, my man?
Oh,
is it bad out here? Is it really that bad out here? But my sister had bought like a $10 poster, and she still has it, and it was signed by like everybody who we met, and we met like various artists from that thing. And she even cut a drumstick from like the band that was beforehand. But yeah, that was just my awkward interaction with R.A. the Rugged Man. And to be fair, when his last All My Heroes Are Dead album came out, I listened to that. It was my favorite album of the year that it came out. I don't know if it was 2020 or 2021. But It was just at the time my interaction with him was like, God damn, this man is. I've heard of Starving Artist, but fuck me. Like,
listen, man. It's not. He's not. I'm not even gonna. I'm not making fun of him because it's not a unique situation.
No, it's just. Listen, if R.A. the Rugged Man has to pitch that hard to sell a CD, I'm just telling all rappers listening right now. You know, it's great. It's great to have a passion and a dream, but you know, you gotta figure something out, man. A skill, a trade, something.
You can't be towering over a young man like you're gonna buy it, kid. The label takes 82%. I can't even.
He broke it down to how much it takes, and he was like, "Well, it'd be better if you buy it here because you buy here, the label only gets this much of a percentage. Whereas if you buy it online, the label gets this much." And it's just like, look. All right, I'm not trying to brag. Your boy got his associates in communications over the last appearance, so I understand the business end of it. But at the same time, motherfucker, I'm only working at Kroger and Sonic, bro. Like, what do you expect me to do, bro?
You know what? Due to the absence of Ronald McDonald, I want him standing at every drive-thru in the country explaining to people, don't take out that app. You see, the deal is if you use that app, we're probably making about 10 to 20% less in our percentages, and you know the label's going to take all the percentages. So just do me a favor, just order your favorite meals, leave the app alone, don't worry about no app, ain't no app, all right? Delete the app from your phone. Right, nobody wants McDonald's app.
Don't worry about going to the app. If you buy it online or if you buy it over the app, Grimace won't get his 40%. All right, you got to buy it in person for Grimace to get
birthday. I don't think he's going to have a birthday next year.
The label's trying to take his money.
The label took half of Grimace's money this year, and now we don't really. I mean, it's because of the app.
If you're listening,
the haggle man, you know.
All right, if you're listening, my boy. Gimmick. If you're listening, I fucking put on 6 different people to you. All right, so I feel like that should be a fair exchange. All right,
yeah, the story.
I listened to your shit when it's streamed. All right, but yeah, my man was really hovering over me and shit. My sister just like took advantage of this awkward interaction, just bought that poster and got him to sign it. But like the whole time, the man was like looking at me, and I was looking at him, and I was like, "Damn, this man probably thinks I'm an asshole." But it's just like, buddy, I only got like, look, it is a Domino's pizza, some late night Burger King, or this fucking album that I've only listened to 2 songs out of.
Look, you should have bought the pizza, walked back over there, opened up the box of pizza, offered to split the pizza with him if he gives you the CD for free.
Oh, brother.
I was like, there you go. I'll be like, here, you don't even have to give me the case. Just give me the CD.
This reminds me of the story with my dad and Kosher Deals, but I've already told it, I think, in the Homeboy Sandman episode.
No, update style, Mel.
Update style?
I was in Target on it's the Target on Pico and Fairfax, I want to say, or Pico and La Brea. It's the Target on Pico and La Brea. I was in there, minding my own business. I was talking to Mel on the phone, and then I DM'd you while I was
as you were on the phone. You didn't say it out loud for good reason.
I didn't say
but
it out loud.
He's talking to me.
What did I DM you? You got it?
Hold on, let me pull it up. Because it was great. Hold on, let me find it. It's just...
Now, mind you, it's like 11:30, 12 o'clock in the morning, afternoonish. Like this.
6 days ago, it's 2:32 p.m. So keep in mind, I'm on the phone with him. The phone shakes. So I take it away from him. I put on speaker. I look down. I get a DM. It's just that Kosher Deals is here at Target. Keep in mind, he's still talking to me about something completely unrelated to Kosher Deals because he can't say it out loud or he's going to blow his cover. And I'm just like, I'll start cracking up because Kosher Deals can't hear me. I'm like, oh, man. Wow, he's really everywhere. That man is everywhere.
My biggest worry is that R.A. the Rugged Man will probably hear this, and it's just gonna fuck. Because look, the reason I fucking fell onto y'all is the passing of Doom, and one of the videos that y'all first put out that just got algorithm was that Welcome to Doomfeld bit. So I'm gonna be afraid if this shit goes on YouTube, and then I just go somewhere, or if we go to that fucking gathering, and just like I'm just trying to wrestle in the ring, and all of a sudden RA just jumps in that bitch.
Yeah, he challenges you to a match.
He challenges you to a
Look,
match.
you said he's 6'4". He's like the giant Omos of the Juggalos, okay?
Basically, all right.
If he wins, you gotta buy that album.
You gotta buy the fucking album.
Jesse's special referee. You're gonna have to buy that album, okay?
Jesse's just gonna fuck me over intentionally.
Yeah. He gets a fast 3 count.
He gets one of those square readers for his iPhone.
Like that's how the match ends. You have to.
Yeah.
No, it's a ladder match, and your debit cards are just hanging.
Oh man.
But that's the Rocky Best story.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Oh,
now,
man.
So if you win, R.A. the Rugged Man has to buy you what? The album?
I think backstage passes. You know, that's what we'll do. We'll put backstage passes and my debit card on the hook. If I win, I get backstage passes. If I lose, I gotta spend that $25.
Oh God.
We'll probably bump it up to 30 since it's a festival. We'll probably say inflation.
Man. I already see the finish. You know, he's got kids that come with him sometimes on tour now. His kids are gonna get involved. They're like the Usos. And they're gonna knock you off the ladder.
You gotta secure, money for their dad. Yeah, I respect it.
I don't blame him. Oh, okay. Now, brought some archival audio, but we are not going to worry about that. There's just one all of audio that I want you to play. Just because, in my opinion, I thought it was the best use of a sample that was brought up in previous seasons. So there's a file that I sent you, and it said ICP Jiggy.
Yeah, Jiggy Surprise, it says.
Jiggy Surprise. All right, just play that real quick.
Okay, let's see. ICP Jiggy Surprise.
You escape. You gotta handle your own in the Southwest Ghetto Zone. The cops just don't know what to do. Here is call them up destruction. The cops just don't know what to do. ICP. The cops just don't know what to do. Here is call them up destruction. The cops just don't know what to do. Into all the sets.
You can fade it out whatever you want to, but in my opinion, or you can listen to it if you like it.
I think it said. Well, I was figuring out the hold on. That.
Yes.
What is that? What sample was that?
That's the "If You Think I'm Sexy" sample. To me, the ICP Southwest Ghetto Zone is the name of the song. But to me, that is the best use of that sample, in my opinion. I've played Twisted Metal with that sample, and when you're like destroying a fucking city while murderous mayhem causing much destruction, and then Ice-T interrupts with "The cops just don't know what to do." Look.
Wow, that sounds like a Twisted Metal soundtrack song. I see the
this
vision.
This is why I'm glad I'm in communications. I feel like I need to go to Peacock and say, let me do the marketing for this fucking show.
Please let the HEC do it, because they're not doing a good job.
I'll be putting some good music in there that's actually going to be fun and actually goes with the theme. Like, I get it. I don't see why people are getting like that mad about it. It's a fun franchise, all right? It's a goofy ass franchise. It's never been. They only had one game that took itself super fucking seriously.
Oh, Twisted Metal.
Everybody just dick rides that one, but it's like, come on.
Oh, Black, yeah. They love the edgy, gritty stuff. Listen, give me that. What was it? I think it was 2 or 3 on PS1. That was like my favorite. Okay, like
that's a PS1 game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. That was its.
Stop trying to make it a PS2 thing. You know what I mean?
You know,
right? I don't want to hear
PS1, and there was the second one. But yeah, like I was told that I keep it short, so I'm gonna just keep it short to you, men. But yeah, I just wanted to play that because, in my opinion, I thought that was the best use of the. If You Think I'm Sexy sample, and I was like, I feel like they don't know it, so let me just bring it to the show.
That was the
first.
Thank you for bringing it in,
because I love it.
Yeah,
you got scratches.
You got any shout outs, any plugs? Floor is yours.
I'm about to sound like the biggest fucking mark ever, but in the words of Scott Hall, if you're not the top guy, what the fuck are you here for?
Talk about it. All
right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the HEC is on screen on the Amazon Prime film The Dirty Third. I'm on that bitch as an extra, but you'll see me in the first 10 minutes. I was on screen with my at the time girlfriend. Doesn't matter. I'm still on the damn screen. That's right. I'm dealing with 2 horror movies on Tubi. I was on Those Who Call. I'm a druid in one scene, and then I'm just a background villager in another one. And the second horror movie that just got released is Aged. It's directed by Anubis Lopez. Good guy. I helped out behind the scenes on that one. And then lastly, up and coming, there's Inwood Park Productions has Tales of Jovia. It's a sci-fi series. They got another episode coming out, and I'll be playing the artificial intelligence being known as Geas, or pronounced Geas. They switch how they pronounce it, so I don't know what the official pronunciation is, but your boy actually gets to play an artificial intelligent being in that one. So yeah, just check those out.
Hollywood HEC.
AI HEC, the only good AI, maybe.
The only good.
Only good one.
Actually, no,
Okay.
Allen Iverson is the best
for
AI.
sure, for sure,
All right.
for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's just what I got coming up. Like I said, shout out to the boy Rico. I'm gonna be putting a post of just the various concerts of ICP that I went to when this episode drops. I'll be putting that on my Instagram. Twitter, let me double check because I don't want to give the wrong thing. It is official_HEC for Twitter, and then for Instagram, the one that I'm gonna be putting, I forgot. I accidentally sent Mel just the personal access to my personal Instagram, and I forgot to add Mools because I felt bad. So I gotta add you soon, Mools. I'm sorry about that, because I have two Instagrams, one for the HEC and then just one for my personal life. So the HEC one, HEC.G1999. I'm gonna be putting some pictures up there that coincide with this with my ICP adventures. But shout out to all the Juggalos, man. When I wrote that rhyme, it was for the March of the Juggalos. It didn't go as viral as I wanted to, but the sentiment was still the same, But shout out to y'all. It was a rough patch today, but I knew I had something to look forward to. And look, life goes on, everybody. We all get knocked down, but it's all about if we keep on getting up and if we keep on going. And as long as this show keeps on going, as long as they review an album that I have some interest in, come hell or high water, I will try my best to be on this damn show.
Man,
we appreciate it, man. And Mel, I gotta say, before the HEC leaves, you do have to reach into Moole's clownish bag of tricks again.
Oh no, his bag, this dastardly bag. Okay, what's in here? What was this? Okay. Oh, okay. All right, this shouldn't be too bad. All right, what's the deal with this evil behind the makeup?
Yeah, this is the theme song to Evil Doink, Doink the Clown.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
He just had his Dark Side of the Ring episode this week, huh?
He had an episode?
Yeah, Doink had a Dark Side of the Ring episode about Matt Bourne.
He had issues with them substoses,
Oh, okay. All right. Well, don't we all? All right.
That's why he's Evil Doink now, because he went to the drugs to ease his pain.
Listen,
and he left it all inside.
I was on fucking 661 milligrams of caffeine yesterday. We all have vices, all right? So this goes out to Evil Doink. Here we go.
Shout out to you, Evil Doink.
We all have vices. Each and every one of us.
But you also all have.
When the vices strike back.
There you go. And you also all have electronical devices, so y'all can all listen to the Rap Rankings podcast on. So no damn excuses. Or the HEC will personally come out the shadows and tower over you like R.A. the Rugged Man, desperately needing $25. And I'll beat the shit out of you. So saith me, the HEC.
Oh, God.
And Mools saith this. We'll be back with more Great Milenko in just a moment.
Hey, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all of the other episodes, check the link in the description, stop by raprankings.com, or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform. And please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting to help us grow the channel and continue our journey as hip-hop's first and premier extreme podcast.